Hi, this is Earl again. I'm going to give you a little video of the truck driving down the road, how it goes through the gears, the working of the overdrive. This is a power steering truck. I didn't mention it before. And another thing I did not mention, it has no seat belts in it whatsoever. So to put 5 or 6 lap belts in it is what you're going to have to do. As I think of things, I will try to remember and tell you. This truck has a first gear, what they call granny gears, very, very low, as you can see. Shifted forward. I don't know if you can hear the difference in the motor, but you are definitely in a higher gear at this point, which makes driving much easier. This truck goes down the road so nicely. There's a few rattles in it, which you're talking about a 1975 vehicle. The older these things are, their value. This is one of the trucks that are very rare because we got a diesel motor, we got power steering, we got essentially a 5-speed gearbox, and we can go up and down the gearbox, and it drives perfectly. Without any smoking, without any oil leakage, without any clutch slippage. This vehicle goes down the road. I can take my hands off, and there's just no issues. So I think that should pretty much every light, every directional, everything that's on this truck works, which is kind of surprising. So sit back and let you enjoy the ride. You can take a look at the rest of the truck from inside. See how it goes down the road. Earl at 954-444-0850. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to talk about, please feel free to give me a call. I'll try to answer your questions the best I can. But most of my information is going to be on the site, and the video speaks for itself. And if you want to take a look at our website, it is called strangerover.com. You can look that up, and that gives you a detailed experience of what we're all about, how long I have been doing this. I have imported over 150 Land Rovers, so I kind of know what I was doing, and I learned from the ground up. And but give me a call, 954-444-0850. Okay, folks, this is Earl again with a Land Rover, a very desirable one. It is a 110. It's a 1975 diesel, and with a 4-speed transmission. It drives superb, and I will give you a view of it driving. Right now I'm just going to give you a quick go around with the video. Is it a 100% perfect truck? Absolutely not. But it has so many good things going for it. It does make it a good truck, and it's not as expensive as everything else that you see on eBay or any place else for that matter. It has a brand new set of tires on it. Let me start with that. The tires that came with it were completely dry rotted, so I had a set of tires put on it. I had to do some brake work to it. I needed a master cylinder and a couple other little hoses and lines and stuff like that. And just a little tinkering around. Nothing serious, because there's nothing seriously wrong with the truck. It has a aluminum body, steel frame. The frame is in perfect condition for age, and for a year in age. There are no rust holes underneath that I could see. Now, don't hold me accountable for a hole and a slight hole and something under there that I just couldn't see at the time. But for the most part, I think you guys that are looking for one of these are going to see that, you know, this is really a pretty decent truck. I'll open up the back here and give you the backside view. It's got a nice solid rear door. As you can see, the interior is quite nice. Again, I am talking for a 1975 vehicle. It is all original. Somebody added a rear seat here at one time, which is kind of nice. It's got a rubber mat here, but there's nothing wrong with the floor underneath, as you can see. It is original. Headliner and everything is in very good condition. There are a few scuffs and marks and rips and tears, things like that you can see. It's nothing serious. A little imagination on a Saturday morning with some glue will fix all of that up for you. It's got the 3 seats across the front, three seats across the back. So it's really a good functional vehicle. I also had the windows tinted, which I think gives the truck a little bit more of a look to it. I left the front windows alone, so it's legal any place you go. It does have the safari roof, which just driving so much better. You open up the vents inside and you create a draft over your roof, which sucks all the hot air in the summertime. Most people say, hey, can I get air conditioning for this? You can. You can go to a place called, boy, I'm just getting old. I don't know, I'll think of it in a minute. And they'll put it in for you for about $1,500, complete installation, and it'll be one of the best air conditioning units you've ever used. But I've driven hundreds of these things, and never once have I longed for air. And that's my career down in South Florida also. Just show you under here real quick. You can see that the frame is in pretty good condition. The tires, as I said, are brand new. The interior door cards are in reasonable condition. I also rhino lined the passenger compartment, and I have a new set of floor mats put in it, and this is the floor underneath the original floor. So there are no holes. I'm not hiding anything. When you get the truck, you'll be able to look around and see and hunt around and go in any corner you want. There's an old radio in here. I didn't bother to take it out, but it is absolutely useless. It does have a heater, and it does work. This lever right here that I'm pointing at is a ferry overdrive unit. So essentially, it is a 5-speed transmission. When you get to 4th gear and you want to lower the gear ratio and get up to highway speeds like 70, 75 miles an hour, you push that handle forward with the clutch depressed and you go into another gear entirely. It makes it a pleasure to drive. In the city, just traveling around, you leave the handle in the rear position, and you just for 35, 45, 50 miles an hour, you don't have to use the overdrive. But it is great to have, and those things are fairly expensive and very rare to find them in a truck. Let me go on here. The back seats, back door cards are in reasonable condition. They're not brand new. They're not perfect. Again, we rhino lined all of this, and as I said earlier, it's not that I'm hiding anything. It just makes a better job of sound deadening and puts a good finish. It was the same color as the outside, and it's all nicked and scraped and worn down to bare metal and so on. So I think this just adds to the appearance and really nothing much more. There you have it for the video side. I am going to take some pictures and stick this in. This is a 109 Land Rover Santana. The Santana was built in Spain, and that's why they come by in a left-hand drive. So this truck is very unusual for many different reasons, but it's got a few body blemishes on it that people had hammered together themselves and painted it with a broom. But all in all, it's I think if you took a rubbing wheel on it and had somebody really detail it out, there's a little crinkle in his fender, but it's hardly noticeable and doesn't affect anything on the truck whatsoever. And if you wanted to get real fancy, go get the checker plate that you can get from Rover's North, and you can put it on the wing tops up here where I'm setting the camera. different things if you it depends on what you want to do to this truck. I'm going to show you the motor compartment. I put you on park for a minute there. As you can see, you don't have to be a genius to see that everything in this truck is extremely solid with no signs of corrosion. There are no oil leaks in it that I can see. I mean, if you leave it set in one spot for, a week, you might find something oozing on your garage floor, but nothing serious where it's a constant drip and so on and so forth. That's really about it for the video portion. I am going to take a video of me driving it and going through the gears and showing you how that does. There's no jumping out of gear, no whining, no excessive anything. The overdrive works perfectly. So that's it. I'm going to set you down for a minute.